Welcome to Unschool, where we undoctrinate you from public school nonsense.
Legacy media is dying, right? The average age of a mainstream media television watcher is around 70. So it's not going to be around for a very long period of time. More and more people are reading news that they want to read, right? That's not being forced on them. They're going out and they're finding the news that they want to consume. And that's killing mainstream media. It's killing the main TV channels that have been producing the most news for decades. It says here, Substack is quickly taking the place of legacy media. There is a bit of truth to that, right? But it's really important that Substack and also X maintain high levels of free speech, right? A lot of people have had criticism of other places like Facebook and YouTube that don't seem as interested in free speech. They seem far more interested in only pushing one particular political narrative and not allowing for any level of free speech. It says here, within the last several years, trust in the mainstream media has significantly fallen. More Americans are waking up to the fact that platforms often billed as news are more concerned with propagating various agendas than telling the facts. This has happened time after time, with different outlets presenting partisan opinions as facts and intentionally skewing stories to make conservatives look bad. The legacy media is repeatedly called out for this and told to knock it off, though these platforms made it clear that they'll never put an end to this bias. After consistently lying to the public, their viewership rates have declined as Americans turn elsewhere to get real news. The traditional news industry is also suffering in other ways. Amid the ongoing persistence of inflation, many writers employed by legacy media outlets are finding themselves out of a job. Recent years have seen these companies implement one layoff after the other, all for the sake of their bottom lines. No American should hold their breath waiting for any of these problems to go away. At the end of the day, mainstream media outlets are always going to prioritize their bottom lines over the welfare of the people they employ. Thankfully, platforms like Substack provide an excellent alternative for creators and news seekers. Right? So it fills a hole in the market. Traffic to traditional news outlets in the US is collapsing. I mean, check out that chart. They're dropping dramatically. CNN just got rid of its opinion section, right? Because it's just producing a lot of nonsense that no one wanted to read. And the New York Times, I'm surprised that's up slightly because I don't check out the New York Times anymore. It seems like it's just too biased for many years now, particularly since the creation of the 1619 Project. That was just baseless historical fiction. I read a book called 1619 Project, a critique, I think it was called, which explained how all the historians left, and it ended up just being written by journalists. The whole project just written by journalists, which is disappointing, but also kind of amusing. It's unfortunate that so many people will still continue to believe that nonsense. But it says here, don't expect the mainstream media to go down quietly. No, they're gonna do their best to be as protective as possible and stop others from taking away their market share. But I don't think they'll succeed in the end. They'll try to use governments probably to push policies that they want, but I don't think it's going to work.